Go ahead and give it up for yourselves. You made it. So guys, those of you that don't know me, my name's Drew Hansen. I'm our VP of Sales here at Grit, and could not be more excited, guys. I truly could not be more stoked for this week. I truly could not be more stoked for tonight. This is our GPS week, right? So we have GPS tomorrow and Friday. We'll talk about that in a sec. We had our manager boot camp yesterday. We were up there with the summer team managers for a good 8 hours. And I've said for the last handful of weeks, I am the most excited about tonight. I am the most excited about tonight out of anything that we have this week. And so I couldn't be more stoked. So, that being said, just to run through some housekeeping, then we're going to keep the vibes high. Let's have our guy, Mr. CEO John Taylor, join the stage. Let's go ahead and get this raffle started, huh? JT. All right, so we've got an iPad mini. It's absolutely gratified, I'm sure, with data, of course. And then we got a Segway. It's a little heavy. Hit full rip. Full rip by JT, let's go. Okay, let's go with the iPad mini first. Can I get a drum roll, please? This is for rookies only, so have your ticket numbers out. John will read the ticket number.
262-24047.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who is it? Let's go. Let's go. Hey, shout out to our rookies, huh? We love the bloodline. We love the bloodline. Shout out Ben. Everyone give it up for Ben real quick. Big summer for Ben on that iPad mini. Okay, we've got our Segway. Let me get a big drum roll, please.
262-240-16.
Where's she at? Come on up. Come on up. Lexi, we'll put it right here. Come snag it at the end if that's chill. We'll just leave it right here. Okay, guys. JT's about to give out another Segway. Let's go.
Hey, I mean, we went iPad, we went Segway. Listen.
Give me more. Give us more.
Boss, should we give more? It only, here at Grit, we're fair, we're transparent. We gave the managers, we played left, right, center with $3,000. It's only fair if we do the same.
Mas.
So let's go ahead and raffle off $3,000.
Let's go. Come on. Come on. Money ain't a problem here. Money ain't a problem.
Do we do 1,000 3 times or 3,000 one time?
3K banger, OT dub. Let's go.
Let's go 3 1,000s.
That's great. All right, let me get a drum roll, please.
262-241-5-7.
Let's go! Okay, let me get another drum roll. Let's go round 2, huh? Let's go round 2.
I'm the candy man.
Who knew JT was gonna come up here and give, huh?
262. Will you hold the mic up a little?
There's a height difference up here.
I'm like 262, 24, 0, 3, 9.
Where's he at? We got a no-show? We got a no-show? Jordan, please sit down.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I've got 2 more. 262, 24, 1, 1, 7.
Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Come on down. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with a little travel stipend, huh? Okay, one more. One final drum roll, please. Let's get it. One final drum roll.
Let's go 1,500 on this one.
Come on, bump it up.
$262. I can't see. Give me one. 24. 007.
Where we at? Let's go! Give it up for the guy! Hey, everyone give it up for JT for coming up here and dropping $3,500 for the kids. Let's go. Fire me up. Fire me up. Okay, guys, getting into it. This is the last. I got 2 more things for housekeeping. One's gonna take a second, so please dial in with me. Please dial in. So guys, we switched our onboarding, right? I know this isn't fun. Tonight is gonna be the utmost vibes. This is the only shitty thing we're doing tonight is a little bit of housekeeping and dialing in this onboarding stuff. So we switched from Bamboo HR. Raise your hand if you got onboarded at through Bamboo HR. Probably 70-80% of this room. We switched everyone to Rippling. But we're behind on getting everyone transferred. About a week and a half ago, you were all sent an email from Rippling. It could have came today. It could have came 10 days ago. So last Monday, all the way up until today. And so I need everyone to pull out your phones. If you haven't already, registered and got into Rippling. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that means you probably haven't done it. So please pull out your phone really, really quick. Rookies, vets, everyone. Everyone. From Rippling, R-I-P-P-L-I-N-G, Rippling. They would have sent you an email last Monday all the way up until yesterday or today. There's a link in there. Dial in. There's a link in there. And guys, like the reason we're doing this now, you will not be able to sell. And we won't even really legitimately be able to reserve housing for you unless you do this right now. So fill out the link. It'll ask for your basic info. Once you get into Rippling, there will be a couple tasks, okay? Once you do the tasks, you will get access to Grit University. If you already completed all of Grit University, there's about 300 people that have, and then there's about, 600 or so rookies who haven't. If you completed Grit University, you'll have a secondary course in Grit U with all the new modules. If you didn't already complete Grit U or have over 75% of it done, you'll just take the whole thing, okay? Guys, you won't be able to sell. You won't be able to sell if you don't have Grit U done, and you'll be super underprepared, which you don't want, especially with the stuff that we're gonna go through tonight. So, if you haven't, take out your phone, go to your email, pull up the Rippling email that could have came from 10 days ago or yesterday, tap on the link, fill it out, it's basic info. That's gonna get you into Rippling. You're gonna have to do the tasks with your photo, your ID, your W-9, and all the fun stuff, okay? And then you're also gonna find in your tasks where the Grit University course is. Are there any questions? And yes, I will take questions from here. Are there any questions? Hell yeah. Hey, if you love me, you'll do this shit right now. If you love me, you'll do this shit right now. Okay, please fill that out. Please complete it by the end of tonight, guys. Like, do it tonight so you can have housing. It's dialed, ops are ready for you, same day trucks are ready for you, all the fun stuff. But none of that will happen if we don't actually have you in the onboarding platform. Does that make sense? Can I get a hell yeah? Yeah. All right. Okay, last thing, and then I'll get into talking about tonight, and I'm gonna pass it off to Ben Egan, who's the president of Grit Companies. and he's going to talk a little bit more before we have Mark Mann, our creative director and Warhorse, get up and walk us through the dopest presentation in all of Door to Door. Y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for that? Okay. So guys, the next 2 days we have our Grit Progress series. You had to be a 1, 2, or 3-step rookie to qualify, or a vet. You had to RSVP. If you didn't RSVP, and if you didn't RSVP, we won't be able to have you here tomorrow, and we'll literally turn people away at the door, which would suck. But it's not in it. It's invite only, right? Like, it's not just open to everyone. Ideally, this whole group is with us if we do a fall GPS, and then next year when we do one in the spring. But if you didn't RSVP, don't show up. It'll be weird. It'll be awkward, and it won't be a good place to be. Everyone else, fired up, stoked to be here with you tomorrow. And then last thing before I turn it over to Ben, guys, if there's any extra spots in between you, please slide in. We're about at standing room only. I believe there might be spots in the back, but please slide towards the middle. Please slide towards the middle so there's no gaps. Okay, so guys, tonight, before I turn it over to Ben, I've got to work with Mark, and I'm sure Ben is about to come up here and talk about Mark Mann. If you know and love Mark Mann, make some damn noise. That's my guy right there, and that's my partner. That is my absolute partner. The Warhorse, dude. I rely on this guy with the entirety of my life, and I will trust him with the entirety of my life, probably for the rest of my life. Guys, the stuff that we're about to go through, and the reason why I talk about Mark in such a high regard is he works his ass off. He works probably more than pretty much anyone at the company. He's up there, right? But he's also one of the most creative genius people I've ever been around. He's an innovator. He thinks totally outside the box, and he also has about 9-10 years of door-to-door context, which means like he gets it, dude. He understands what's it like to be a rep. He understands what's it like to compete as a rep. If you like competing, make some damn noise, huh? Because you're on the greatest playing field in all of door-to-door. Guys, you're on the greatest playing field in all of door-to-door, which means that you can go out and you can get the absolute most out of yourself. And so tonight, guys, he's going to walk us through something that's going to totally revolutionize the way that people think about when it comes to selling here. It's going to change. The way that you think about going out and doing a grit summer, it's totally going to change. And I think it will set us up to see some of the best performers and the best athletes in this sport than we've ever seen. Make some noise for that, huh? So guys, I know Ben's gonna walk us through some stuff, but as you sit here tonight, guys, like the reason why I've been more stoked about tonight, the summer showcase, and about Mark getting up here and walking us through this new thing, guys, this is what it's all about. I love this job with the entirety of my heart. This job has totally and completely changed my life and the trajectory of my life. And it's because I've been put in a situation and a platform where I could thrive. And that happened back in 2020 when I started working with this group. And then it happened again when we started Grit Marketing in the fall of 2020. Guys, there's never been a better time to be a Grit. And so as you're here tonight, lock in, dial in, and I want you to visualize yourself experiencing this and competing on the biggest stage in door-to-door. So, with no further ado, let's give it up to our guy, our president, Ben Egan.
Okay, I'm going to be super quick. First and foremost, I have an invitation. But before my invitation, I want to see everyone sit up straight. I want to see everyone perk up. I want to see everyone dial in. Okay. Here's my first invitation. Don't be on your phones. Be present. This will massively impact you if you let it. I repeat, be present. This will massively impact you if you let it, and you will learn. Second thing on that point, guys, there's a lot of young people in this room. And at this company, we love working with young people. Permission to give you young people a pro tip. Okay, just making sure. Guys, when you're younger, it is not cool to buy into things. People think it's cool to be too cool for school. Now let me fast forward 10 years. The people who bought into shit and didn't care what everyone thought, those guys are the winners. And the people who are too cool for school as it ages, those are the losers. Full stop. I can tell you every single one of my friends who is now a loser. And I can tell you every single one of my friends who is a winner. And so, you could be here tonight and be like, yeah, I'm too cool for this. I'm not going to pay attention. No, that's what young people do. I highly, highly recommend you buy in. And I highly, highly recommend you try to get as much out of this as possible. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. This is a great group. Okay, now let me introduce Mark. Something, if you've worked at this company, specifically with me, I frequently say this. The number one skill in business is creativity. I repeat, in my opinion, the number one skill in business is creativity. Secondly, as a leader, that creativity becomes massively powerful when you deeply care about your people. Mark Mann is the creative director of this company because he is extremely creative, but even more so than that, he is the creative director of this company because he massively cares about every single one of you. Let's give it up for Mark Mann. So tonight, as we go through this, and Mark takes you through this, I want you guys to know that I deeply, deeply, deeply believe that what he is about to talk about is true. And true might be an interesting word to use, but when I say true, if people buy into things that are true, they get awesome results. I know Mark has put in massive amounts of time because he cares, because he wants every single person in this room to sell more. Does every single person in this room want to sell more? Yeah. Okay. So, on that note, let's give it up for our creative director, and let's give it up for our absolute spiritual leader, Warhorse!
How y'all doing? Hey, yo, we gotta turn those drums on. We gotta turn those drums on, you understand? Let's hear that kick. All right. Again. And All right. I'm trying to keep it interesting tonight. And first thing I gotta do is grab that clicker. I'm really excited to walk through this with you guys, and I hope to make it really easy to engage tonight. But I think we got to get like a chiropractic adjustment on the room. So let's stand up real quick. I just want to like change what's going on for a second. Because we're in a box right now and we're about to step outside of it. So we're gonna do a pulse check. Let's just get a heartbeat real quick. Right here on the chest. I want you to feel it because you're right here. We're in the heartbeat of the building. Did you know that? This is it right here. The heartbeat of the building. You're all in it. Okay, sit down. Low end feedback. People right here in the front, you could probably feel that in your eyeballs. That's because at Grit we're heavy. That's why the bass is heavy. That's why the rig is heavy. So I want to take a second to introduce something that everybody knows commonly as the ramp. Right here on the screen. We got some low-end feedback coming in. Turn that down. I'm going to keep going. Guys, you're familiar with the ramp because many of you in this room that have done this job have lived it. You've seen your ramp. You've trusted it. For those of you who have not sold in a summer, you might know the ramp in theory or concept. The theory or concept is that your XP, your experience every day, carries over. It doesn't get wiped. It doesn't get wiped. When you go to bed at night, your brain registers, and you go out the next day, no matter how many no's, no matter how many yeses, you're gaining experience. No matter how many people tell you no matter how many people shut the door in your face. It's all experience. So when you understand that XP carries over, you would understand that it starts to stack. And if you can work hard, and your skill naturally increases, do you see the ramp? Do you see how you would ramp? This job is hard work. There's no way around it. Everybody sees the results. Everybody sees the dollars. They drive around the lot. They see the Teslas, the Cybertrucks, all that stuff. All that stuff's great, but it doesn't come without doing your job and doing it at an extremely high level. This is a hard job, and that's why not everybody in the world does it. Some people make fun of it. Full stop. Some people make fun of it. It's probably because they just can't do it. So if sales, and let's talk about those people that can't do it, because it's sad. They put themselves in a box. Sales is not an archetype. An archetype is a type of person, okay? Sales is not a type of person. Sales is a skill that is built over time. Your XP carries over and your skill builds. And if you keep working hard, the ramp will ramp. Is this making sense? Yes. 2 inputs. 2 things. Inputs and time. That's what it takes for the ramp. And so when we say trust the ramp, and it's the end of the first week of summer, and you still haven't sold an account, guys, understand, this job is hard. This is a new skill. It requires your input, your hard work, and it requires time. So I hope when I say tonight, trust the ramp, that we can connect the dots on what that actually means. It's trusting that your skill will build as you put in the hard work. Anybody can do this job. Anybody that's willing to do it. So at Grit, we want to support the steepest ramp possible. The steepest ramp. What does that mean? That means we are cultivating an environment where it makes it fun to go out, you're driven to go out, and you're trained properly and learning the correct skills to actually let the ramp ramp. That is what's special about Grit. That is why no other company can ramp like we ramp. I repeat, no other company can ramp like people ramp at Grit. Take pride in that. So, tonight we're going to go through the arena. So without further ado, something's up. This truck is, Let's try to start this thing up real quick. What the hell? All right, we got to get some belief in here. I need you to get out of your seat real quick, because we need some belief in here. truck started. I'd say that'll do it, the truck started. Welcome to the arena. I ought to introduce you to a good friend of mine, call him Bean. Let's go, Bean! Bean's gonna help me out tonight. I feel like it's a little lame in the moment, because you have to understand something about how I be cooking up here. It's not all planned. It's not all planned, and that scares some people. I promise I won't say the F word. But the unpredictability scares some people. But the reason I have the drums up here tonight is because when there's a feeling that arrives that I can feel the tension in the room, I don't want to say, hey, yo, Q, Mo, Bamba, put the track on real quick because we got to feel this. It's like, no. Play the track! And then it goes. So you understand the lever. So, welcome to the arena. The arena is our 16-week summer competition schedule. There are 3 ways you compete in the arena. There's you versus you, there are 1v1s, and there are team versus team challenges. I understand there's some teams in here. We got a couple teams in here, we got a couple heads in here. We're going all the way to the back. We compete for artifacts. Those have formerly been known as merch pieces. A lot of you guys, almost every one of you is wearing some piece of grit merch. These are now known as artifacts. You will compete for artifacts. You will compete for incentives. Obviously, this is the good stuff. Who doesn't want a Traeger in their backyard? Who doesn't want to rip around in the park, low-key dodging cops on the Suron? And there's cash prizes. So that brings us to our first competition. So we're going to walk through each of these competitions and what's on the line, what artifacts are on the line. And for the people that have sold in this room, I invite you to step out of everything you know about the competitions that we've run, because having a new lens tonight will really, really help. First competition. No handouts. This is a you versus you competition. Takes place the first 3 weeks of summer. You're going to be getting some knocking gear, some knocking hats. This stuff might not look that flashy, but I'm telling you, when you're 6 polos deep on a week and you haven't done your laundry, having 1 extra polo actually really helps. It actually really helps. So, as I'm going through these competitions, if I'm leaving gaps in understanding, that you guys need to feel okay about that. What I want you to do tonight is imagine yourself competing in the arena this summer. Imagine yourself competing in the arena this summer. So as we go through, like that, this is the main purpose of this exercise, is for you guys to premeditate how you will set yourself up for success for each of these competitions. Because it's all supporting the ramp. We're supporting the steepest ramp possible. Which brings me to our second competition. Throwdown Thursdays. Let's go back real quick. So I want you to understand, here you are in the ramp. For rookies, your skill's at an all-time low still. This first throwdown rolls around, you're at an all-time low. So when you go to compete, you need to understand that. Well, what's on the line? Throwdown Thursdays. They take place every Thursday in July. These are 1v1 competitions. This is where real killers go head-to-head. Real killers. Real killers. If you get invited to participate in a Throwdown Thursday, just know people got their eye on you. Do you understand? People got their eye on you. Let's jump into the third competition, and one that goes without saying, this is where the ramp really gets steep. When you talk about input, this is where it really gets steep. And that is the competition of grit or die. This is the only Battle Royale competition in the arena. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means the top half move on. The top half moves on. As you climb higher, the air gets more rare. I repeat, as you climb higher, the air is more rare. The air is more rare. One winner that's a vet and one winner that's a rookie. That's who's going to end up at the top of this. So are you going to win Battle Royale or not? Think about that right now. Think about that for yourself. Okay. There's something interesting right here because we start to see some vertical motion in the ramp. We start to see some vertical motion in the ramp. Yeah, I caught y'all off guard with that one, didn't I? If some of y'all start to tap out, you just know I'm going to blow the smoke and just cue the bass. And I think that'll snap you right back. Okay, back to here. Look where we're at in the ramp. We start to see some vertical motion. This is when the ramp starts ramping. A lot of you know this is a national holiday. We have an opportunity to work in the United States of America. It's time for Memorial Day! Yeah. This is when you take flight, if you choose. Now let me explain why. This is a single day competition. It's you versus you. If we go back to our ramp here, you can see where your skill's at. Your skill is starting to increase to a point you're selling consistently. Now the thing Memorial Day does for you is it puts the statistical odds in your favor. What do I mean by that? Homeowners, more of them, are home on Memorial Day. Just think about the numbers. Remove everything else from the equation. You have more doors, more decision makers. So why wouldn't you maximize your inputs? This is a day that you should feel like you're pushing yourself physically on the doors. This should be a day where you break past there's a certain rack in the sales process that you haven't been getting past, and it's that day that you step past that. You step past that. Because we tend to put ourselves in these boxes that we understand who we are and what we can do. And I grit, and in order to trust the ramp, you have to be able to completely abandon that box. You have to be willing to break that box. We understand the Memorial Day? And if you're going to have your biggest day ever, which most of you will, well, let's say some of you don't. What do we say about that? You're just due. If you didn't have a big Memorial Day, I will tell you that Memorial Week, or Shattered Glass, the week of Memorial Day, that you are due city. Due city. That is crazy. Due city is crazy. This week should be part of you learning to push past those physical limits, like I said about Memorial Day. If it's your biggest day ever, make it your biggest week yet. Okay, this next competition is, this one gets me this one makes me want to get buck, you know what I'm saying, Grit Fight Club. That's gonna come back. We have some of the hardest working individuals, some of the most personally determined individuals in the world that work at this company. And if that's not you right now, this is the chamber that you become that. You're in the right place. You'll be placed in divisions based on your skill level, okay? 6 people to a division. Whoever comes out on top, I'll tell you what. If I'm in Grit Fight Club, we're about to cue this buck music again. Because if I'm in Grit Fight Club, I'm trying to establish my space. Establish my space. Establish my space. Establish your space. Yeah, this is all fun and games. I'll tell you, this stuff gets heated in the summer. You might be texting your opponent. Hey, good luck today. I heard it's raining. Oh, good luck today. It's 107 degrees. Too bad I have photosynthesis. Too bad I got photosynthesis. Okay. We're about halfway through the summer competitions and through the ramp. I want to talk about some threats. Okay. I want to talk about some threats. This is threats to your XP. Electrical box. A lot of you might see this. You've probably driven past 10 or 12,000 of these in your lifetime. You don't see them when you're in the car, but you do see them when you're walking door to door. Yeah, this will fry you. This will literally fry your XP. There's no gaining XP here. You sit on an electric box, there's no building skill. There's no input. You're sitting. You're putting input into an algorithm on your phone or into your head, I don't know. This is minus XP. This one, I put in for myself, but I know there's some people out there that when you get into a neighborhood and they have a good wooded little area, I'm trying to escape to there. Because this job is hard. This job is hard. I want to introduce you to these threats because when you get out there, you will physically see these things. And if you remember tonight, if you make a commitment tonight, that you will not be susceptible to these threats, you'll see that wooded forest and go, yeah, there's probably tons of chipmunks and squirrels in there, but where's my next door? Oh yeah, it looks like a fun place to go play in the river. That's great. I don't know what that's doing for your XP. Loss of belief. Who here was here for Bo Barbin's training last Tuesday? To put it simply, loss of belief or negative thoughts add nothing to your ramp. So a negative thought pops into your head. This hood's cooked. None of these people want to talk to me. These people are watching me through their windows and I can tell they just don't like me. Those thoughts, you got to pluck those weeds. If you're managing the garden of your mind, you need to pluck those weeds and replace them with a flower. You don't know what people are thinking about you. because you've established your space. That's not just a GFC thing. Be who you are, and you're a door-to-door salesperson. You're a winner. A winner's not going to think about what his opponent is thinking. And the car, we all know this one. If you're driving a car out to area and you're a car guy, I'll tell you what, I spent hours in a car. And the car does nothing for your XP. Now let's go into bonus XP. What are things? Yeah. You know what? Let's get a little rhythm going. Let's get into what can help our ramp. Knocking in the rain. Do we knock in the rain? Do we knock in the rain? On the doors before one. Yeah! Quick lunch, get out to the doors. It's time to gain XP. It's not time to lollygag at Tucanos, waiting for the waiter to bring over some slice of some meat. Deals after 9 p.m. Who's a Nighthawk? Major XP. This is not only good for your production. A lot of people do more than 20, 30% of their production after 9 p.m. That's facts. So if it isn't like a you're getting deals thing, let it be a barrier you're pushing past to sell deals late. Because you're just trying to maximize your time out there. Build your skill as fast as possible. Have as much input as possible. Have as much time on doors as possible. Okay, so those are your bonus and your threats. I really hope you remember those, because you're going to see the electrical box. You're going to see the Forbidden Forest. You're going to see a lot of stuff that's going to call to you, because it's the easier way out from what you're trying to do. I'm here to tell you that you're all here to fulfill on your destiny. It sounds like, oh man, you're getting too deep about that. But it's like, you're here to fulfill on your destiny, and inevitably, there will be things that stand in the way of that. And you have to realize that. But here at Grit, we are winners, and winning means choosing to defeat those demons, choosing to look them in the eye and turn the other way. Which brings me to our next competition, which is another hard thing to do. It's Charity Day. Charity Day is not for you. It's not a you versus you. It's not a team versus team. This is for those that do not have the opportunity to do what we do. We talked about how blessed we are to be where we are, doing what we do, making the money we make. Not everybody has that opportunity. Charity Day, you compete and you donate. Some people donate $15,000 of revenue, which translates to, if you're selling at that level, probably roughly $8,000. I remember in Charity Days, I sold, by the way, kind of crazy. But anybody can do the job, right? Right. And donating for me, I had never really donated a lot of money before. But when I tell you that as a practice, they say living is giving, and I saw a comment from Brock Grieve, shout out Brock, on the Charity Day video last year. He said, giving is living. Like, living isn't giving, giving is living. When you are blessed enough to attract wealth to yourself, it is only right that you give and abandon all connection to that. Like, abandon your attachment to the money and give it away. And I promise that this practice will pay you hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars, and over your lifetime will pay you millions of dollars. But it's not about that. It's about the principle of giving. So we do a really awesome charity trip every year, and so those that donate will be able to go on the trip, go to these crazy places, and we've built schools, we've provided clean water. This is a really amazing experience if you let it be. But again, like I said, donating money is not easy, especially when you don't have a lot of it. Like, you have to give. So just understanding that when Charity Day rolls around and it feels uncomfortable to give, take that upon you as part of who you are. At Grit, we give big. We give until it hurts. We give until it hurts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If you thought Memorial Day was big, look where you're at in the ramp. Let's look at skill levels. Skill here. Okay, big day. 4th of July. What do you think? If your skill's here, and there's probably more doors than Memorial Day, welcome to the 4th of July! This is a U versus U competition. Takes place on July 3rd and 4th. Yeah, the grit slides, I know. That's crazy work. As a customs. Them customs, too. First grit slides we've ever ran before. Ask me if we've ever run grit slides before. No! This is the first time. This is the first time. Like I said, the maths on this day. Inputs, all-time high, because your skills come up. This should be another one of your biggest days of the season. Push past those barriers, more inputs. Okay. At this point in the summer, we're nearing the end of the ramp. We're nearing maximum velocity, where your inputs, if you treated this job right and keep your mind straight and keep the garden clean, are at an all-time high, and your skill is even higher than it was the week before. Like, guys, stepping back, understand, trust the ramp. At this point, understand that your skill will be way higher when you come to compete in this. There comes something with trusting the ramp, though. Where the ramp doesn't work is, I referenced a little bit earlier, you put yourself in a box. We like to, as humans, think that we try to connect the dots. Shout out Danny Facer on that ideology. We tend to try to connect the dots, and we try to decide and put everything in pretty little packages. But the reality is the world is full of chaos, and not everything's going to go your way. But what I mean to speak to the box is, at this point in the summer, you've sold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is your 9th week of selling. And you've had a lot of time on the doors. You know yourself and how you're speaking on the doors. And by this time, you will have put yourself in a pretty little box. A pretty little box. Yeah, I go out, I'll sell 3 a day, and then, I'll be good. And if I just do that for the rest of the summer, I'll make like 50 grand. 50 grand would be great. 50 grand would be great. I'm here to tell you that if you start counting beans at this point in the summer and put yourself in a box and put yourself on cruise control, that is not trusting the ramp. That is not trusting the ramp. Welcome to Hell Week. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. This is a you versus you competition that takes place for a full week, not a single day. Apologize. Back-to-back 120-hour weeks will have you have typos. This is a full week competition where we talk about that pretty little box you put yourself in. It's right here.
I sell 3 a day. I sell 5 a day. I know my outcomes. I'm predictable. Predictable.
Break the box. It's time to break the box. It's time to break the box. It's time to break the box. Get up. It's time to break the box. 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 Break that box. Hell Week for all of you. If you treat it correctly, you break in that box. Breaking that. All right, sit down, sit down. Almost broke this box here. Just kidding, it's fully weight bearing. Fully safe. Fully safe situation going on right here, just so you know. Okay. Next up, we, for the young people in this room, and by young, I mean in your timeline at Grit, rookies and sophomores, first year and second year reps. I'm catching my breath because I break the box. Because I really feel that. Because I put myself in a box. I put myself in a box. Yeah. No. Don't get it confused. I broke that. I said I broke that. Let's get into the next competition before I get riled up again. The bloodline. So the bloodline is a team versus team competition. Here's what's special about it, though. You compete in your orgs. Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and move out of the way for now. This takes place the last week of July. Got some thermals on here. This should feel like symbols. This should feel symbolic. Because new people at this company it's a very intense environment, but it produces top producers. It produces winners, like Ben spoke in the beginning. But we want to give an opportunity for the young up-and-comers to compete. And so, 3 sales orgs will compete in the bloodline this year. Top 100 rookies and sophomores, I believe. Maybe it's top 50. Who cares? Who cares if you're top 10? And you'll compete head-to-head with other rookies. Where's the true bloodline coming out of? Because this stuff, this grit stuff, it'll start to run in your veins. And where it runs the most deep, that's the people that are going to come out on top of the bloodline. And when you wear that bloodline chain, when you wear that around the office, there's not really a question. It's like, oh yeah, that guy was in the bloodline. He was an up-and-comer. Like that group won the bloodline. I don't have it with me right now. We've got a sword we made. That will go in the, like right now it's in the rodeo room because rodeo won the bloodline last year. I'm excited to see who's going to take it. 3 orgs. Okay. I kind of want to get just a little, yeah. Yeah, this one's different because I feel like I can talk about these type of people this way. It's All-Star Week. Just keep it rolling. People that are in All-Star Week, the All-Stars at Grit, they in the pocket. So you see yourself in this pocket. What I mean by that is the people that will participate in All-Star Week, by the way, you're drafted into this. We select teams, team leaders, and they will draft you. I'll tell you what, I wasn't ever a part of All-Star Week, but when I saw those guys compete, I'm like, whew, damn, I wish I could like throw down like that. But that was me back in my box, right? That's me back in my box. I would do everything you can to try to be seen as an all-star. When people look at you, and when we were just in that little pocket, you felt that little pocket we were in, that, you know what I'm saying? When you start to get in that pocket, people start to realize that, oh yeah, I'm probably going to draft this guy for All-Star Week because I'm trying to win. I'm trying to be on the winning All-Star team. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. We are at the top of the ramp. We are at the top of the ramp. We are at the top of the ramp. Top of the ramp. Skills at an all-time high. Let's step back for a second. Most companies don't make it to this point. I don't like to talk about other companies because we're doing our own thing. This is our thing. We're not comparative. This is our thing. We're not comparing. But I'm going to speak to this. A lot of companies don't get production after the end of July. In fact, if you're selling in August, you're probably alone in Indiana. In Gary, Indiana, you're alone. What do you got? Applebee's, Chili's. No shame on Chili's. There will be no chili slander in here. But guys, this last competition takes place. This is our Super Bowl. Welcome to the Rumble. Did you feel that? There's a certain march about it. There's a certain unison about it. And it's because this will be when you personally dig deeper than you ever have, and it won't be for you. This is a team versus team competition that takes place the first 2 weeks of August. You won't be competing for you. When we talk about increasing your input from a hard work standpoint, you'll be buying in deeper on team. Team means something. The team you go out with means something. How you support each other means something. And when you're all out in the doors and it's late at night, it could be raining. Who knows? There could be flash floods in your neighborhood. You probably won't be in the neighborhood if you have flash floods. That's XP. And to dig deep, here's what I'll say. You'll get to the Rumble, and you will feel like, is there any, like, can I actually dig deeper? Can I put in more inputs? That's the right question to be asking. Guys, the Rumble is our ritual. It's 2 weeks. I'm telling you, the end of this second week, that little drum rhythm we played, that might scare you when you hear it next time, because that feeling of the Rumble coming, you just know how much hard work is in store. But guys, this is our ritual. The Rumble is our ritual. We compete as teams. We go hard as a team. And the best team, it comes out on top. They get these rumble rings, but they also get $50,000. Go on a trip. Take the team on a trip. My rookie year, we won the Rumble. That was awesome. If you can exist at Grit and win the Rumble and have a Rumble ring, like I said, guys, this is our Super Bowl. This is where the teams come together and compete. Okay. This brings us to kind of the close of these competitions. In the arena, we recognize exceptional results in a multitude of ways, but I just want you guys to understand where this stuff is being tracked. All the competitions are able to be tracked, recorded. Your stats, your XP, essentially what your outputs are all tracked and measured. You'll be able to look on the leaderboard, see who's on top for the Rumble. Look on the leaderboard, see who's on top for Throwdown Thursdays. There's a lot more gear, by the way. I'm going through this presentation, remember, for the purpose of mindset. Who here wants to go out and compete this summer? So there's a lot more gear that'll come out during the summer, and I promise you'll hear about it, or we're not doing our job. Lots of gear to be. I also want to talk about Grit Air. Top 10 rookies, top 5 sophomores, new partners, and first time selling 500K. This is the group that gets in Grit Air 1. Last year we went to Africa. Has there been other? We went to Egypt. Pyramids. I'm not leaking where we're going this year yet. Y'all gonna have to wait for that. Company trip. Guys, what does buying into the arena do for you? It's gonna give you a lot of opportunity to go travel the world. If you compete at a high level in the arena, you're gonna have lots of opportunities to do things you never would have done. Who here could imagine themselves going hot air ballooning in Africa? Those two things, yeah. No, like those two things I've never put in the same sentence. But when I saw the guys in Africa up on hot air balloons, I was like, wow, they really doing everything out here. So the company trip, if you sell 200K as a rookie or 250 as a vet, we going somewhere. I'll say that. This is where being at Grit and drinking the Kool-Aid, drinking that Kool-Aid, that step, sipping on step. This is where it gets real aggressive. On personal production, you sell 500K, 25K bonus. 750K, 50K bonus. Sell a mil, 100K bonus. 1.5, 200K bonus. These are big numbers. Don't get it twisted. Bloodline bonus, rookies and sophomores. Top 10 rookies. This is what it looks like. Top rookie, 75K. That's a bonus. That's on top of your, that's on top. On top. Top. And that's rookies 1 through 10, by the way. Don't get, like, if this reads weird to you. Rookies 1 through 10, and sophomores 1 through 5. These are what the bonuses look like. So if you're a rookie in this room and you feel like you can go compete, why would you not go for the top 10 spot? At least. At least. All right. Pull out your phones. If you aren't following these two accounts, you will not know where you are at in the arena. You will not know a lot of things. This is how we broadcast during the summer. So I want all of you to have access. See this stuff. Put this up here, and then after you're done scanning, we'll dispose of the phone. All right. If you missed it, we can get it after. This is what I want to close on. The reason we can do the arena at all, the reason we can measure performance, the reason we can come up with these trips, the reason that when you go hard in the arena and you sell accounts, like that's all great. At the end of the day, it's about money hitting your bank account, right? That's what it's really, at the end of the day, if that isn't happening, then this is just a bunch of hoopla. And so I want you to understand, there are very few places that you can dig as deep as you can here and still make money from it. There are plenty of people in this industry that are selling 850K plus that are only servicing 500K of that. What does the other 300 go? Poof. Poof. Like smoke. Evaporates. This is one team, and when I say one team, let's give a massive round of applause for our corporate team. There's not a group of people on this earth that care more about what we are doing than this group of people. And it's the reason the whole arena is possible. And so, guys, when we talk about this new thing happening this year, this arena, this container that we're competing in, this league, this seasons, none of this is possible. None of this is possible without the support. Because we're actually going to land multiple hundreds of monies in your accounts. So guys, one more time. Who in here is ready to compete in the arena? Get up! 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 It's gonna be hard! Dig deeper! All right. We'll see you guys for launch week. If not, this was a wonderful night. Thank you for allowing me your presence and your time.
Make some noise for the War Horse. Make some noise if you're fired up.
War Horse, War Horse.
Let's go! Alrighty, we got desserts out in the parking lot. Guys, as you can tell, Mark did an amazing job helping you all visualize this summer. This is gonna be your best year ever, and the whole point is we wanna help as many of you accomplish your hopes and dreams as we possibly can. We wanna have massive impact, and we believe that we will do that this summer. Make some noise. DJ, let's get the music going. We got dessert in the parking lot. Feel free to hang for as long as you like. We love you. Have an amazing night.